Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching. This is David Hopper, Austin Bureau Chief of 360degreesound.com. In this installment of our South by Southwest Artist Spotlight series, I'm joined by Spires, a Glasgow, Scotland-based four-piece indie rock band. Over the past several years, well, let me first ask you, is it Spires is the correct pronunciation?
Spires, yeah, sorry, my phone just
Okay,
started
no
dinging.
problem. Okay,
So
it's
I
Spire.
just wanted to turn that off.
Oh, no problem. So yes, the name is Spires of the band, and so the last few years they've racked up millions of Spotify streams. They've sold out shows in their native Glasgow, Scotland, and they've played several major festivals. They even opened for a number of well-known bands, including Scottish alternative rock band the Jesus and Mary Chain. And I'm joined by Keira McGuire. She is one of the singers and guitarists of Spires. Keira, thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. Wonder if you could maybe start by telling us a little bit about how the band came to be. I understand that you started as a two piece playing mostly acoustic music. If you could tell us how you met the other singer Emily and
Mhm.
the decision to kind of go electric and ultimately become a four-piece rock band.
Yeah, of course. So me and Emily both met doing open mic gigs around Glasgow. We were both singing the same kind of songs, same covers. We were only about 13, 14. And Emily's dad said to my mum, "Oh, they should link up and sing together. I think they'd be really well suited as friends and vocally." So we started singing covers, just us two singing all around Glasgow, but we didn't know anybody that played bass and we didn't know anyone that played drums, sorry, what am I saying? So it took us kind of a while to find someone that we could just play with or even just know. And we always wanted to go electric. So at some point when I was about 16, Jude DM'd me on Instagram and he said, "Oh, I really like your band. Like, I play bass if you ever need a bass player." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds really good. If you can find us a drummer, then you can play bass." And then he came back with Alex, and then the rest is history.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I understand your first several singles, Other Side, Fake ID, and I Don't Care, they all really blew up on Spotify. I mean, that's impressive to have so much success right out the gate like that. What do you think it was about those songs that resonated with people?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know, it's so crazy as they songs, I think now as an artist. So I'm 21 now, Emily's 20, and the boys have just turned 22. So I think now, like as we've progressed and as we've wrote more songs together, and as we think more about the band, we put a lot more thought into our songs. Whereas they ones, we just like wrote them like no thought. We just wrote what we liked and we just wrote about other sides about school. We wrote that when we were like 16
Mm.
and it's just had such a good reception, and it's so crazy to think because they were the ones that we just kind of like didn't even give a second thought to, and they're the ones that just blew up. So I don't know if it's maybe just I don't know what it is about these songs, but they just were so well received at the time.
Yeah. So some of those songs you wrote when you were younger, do you not like singing them now because you don't like really you're in a different stage of life or don't identify with the lyrics or is this
No,
still
no,
something?
I do love them. Like, I love I Don't Care. That's one of my favorite ones to play live. And Other Side is I've got Other Side tattooed on my arm because it's the obviously our biggest song and the first song that we brought out, so it means quite a lot. But no, I love this. I love playing these songs still. And even with our first EP that we brought out, Dear Diary, a lot of that work was kind of like a reflection back on our kind of like teenage years, and just so now that we've like kind of done all of that stuff, we're progressing forward into adult life, if you
Mhm.
want to call it adults.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, so I was wondering what kind of music did you grow up listening to? Like who were some of the artists that inspired you?
Yeah, so my dad, I grew up with a lot of Madness in my house.
Mhm.
Madness,
Yeah.
Pink Floyd. Um, my dad was also listening to like a lot of U2. So I had that side, but then my mum's like a dancer and like a musical theatre performer. So she had me into like all my musical theatre. So I was a bit of like mixed, but I do like Pink Floyd's one of my favourite bands from my dad, and I know Emily grew up listening to a lot of Oasis
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So I think when we came together, my dad obviously listened to like a lot of Oasis as well, but her dad's like mega Oasis fan. So,
Mhm.
so yeah, when we came together, we kind of bonded over the kind of like older 90s bands, 80s bands. So
Uh, are you familiar with the Glasgow band Love and Money?
I'm not, no.
Okay. Yeah, were kind of around in the 80s and 90s, but I don't think they really got that big, but they seem to be bigger in Glasgow. But anyway,
Us.
yeah, I like them. I just wanted
Emily
to,
will probably know who they are.
yeah. So Teenage Fan Club, they're from Glasgow too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fan club.
Big,
Emily's into them as well.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, big so yeah, but I've never been to Glasgow. Like what is it? I mean, I guess you're from there and have
Yeah.
lived there your whole life, but how is it as far in terms of the music scene now?
Oh, the music scene's so good in Glasgow. Like it's such a good place to be, and I don't know if like you know this about Glasgow, but Glasgow is like meant to be like such a friendly city, and people always comment on how friendly the people are, and the like slogan of the city is people make Glasgow. So I think just that reflects in the bands of everybody's just so supportive of each other, and you just want to get so you make friends with like a band that's maybe in the position that we were in or, like a couple of years ago, and we're like that, right, okay, we want to get them on our tour or like on our tour on our support slot, and like loads of bands done that for us as well, so everyone's just really like just want to see each other do well.
Mhm.
But it's really good. There's so many different bands now, like just all different styles, so yeah.
Yeah. So I understand karaoke sellouts is your latest EP. I listened to it and enjoyed it. I think the standout to me was only this could happen to me. That song. It has a very big like layered sound. Really builds to a big hook. I wonder if
Mhm.
you could tell us about writing that song and the production involved to give it that sound.
Yeah, so I think when we recorded the EP, we weren't actually expecting that song to do as well as it did. We thought that maybe Money or The Thing were going to be the ones that done really well, but it seems to be that song. So that's just crazy us. But it's always the songs that you don't expect that do the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, that when we started recording, we recorded it at Christmas, and we were like so busy. Like the full time that we were recording that EP, Emily was working, so she would come in like half the day, and then sometimes she'd come in the morning and leave. So it was like back and forward constantly. We never actually finished it. We never finished the EP. So me and Emily had to go back in, just us two. Like the bass was down and the drums were down. Like once that's down, it's kind of solid. But me and Emily went back in, just us two, and we kind of just like rewrote that full song,
Hmm.
given the basis of the drums and the bass. So it turned into a different song, but I'm so glad that if we never had that time, it would have sounded completely different. But yeah, it was just that EP was so crazy because we are both students as well, and we both work, so it was like really tight to try and fit in recording times. So yeah, we worked with what we had, and I think we made a good job of it.
Hmm. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I mean, a lot of your songs are so catchy, and they grab you right from the start. Some of them, kind of remind me, I guess, of like kind of the pop punk and emo tradition in that regard. But we're very guitar based, but super catchy. I was wondering, like, if you could give some insight into your process into like writing a good hook. Like, how do you write such catchy songs? What's the secret?
Oh, I don't know. Me and Emily, usually when we start to write, me and Emily will usually meet up and we'll go right back to the early days of just the acoustic guitars. We always write on acoustic guitars, and we never actually really demo anything unless we go in to write with our producer. We don't demo anything. And like loads of bands that we speak to in Glasgow, when we tell them that, they're like, "What? How do you not demo?" And I'm like, "We're old school. I don't know." We're
Mhm.
probably the youngest out of all of them, and they're like that. Oh goodness. But Yeah, so it's just usually us two, and we'll just start with some chords and we'll go back and forward with melodies. I think that's where me and Emily are quite good. We're like quite good with the melodies together. And it usually takes us ages to write the lyrics. Some songs the lyrics come really, really fast, and some songs we're writing them whilst we're in the booths recording them.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really mixed up process. So
Hmm. Yeah. Do you have any plans for a full length album?
I hope so soon. We're kind of like thinking a couple more singles or maybe another EP, but hopefully in the future, like not too soon in the future, we'll be able to do a full album.
Hmm. So I understand this will be your first time performing in the US and first time at South by. Yeah, yeah, just how do you feel about coming to the States and what do you hope to get out of the South by experience?
We're so excited.
Yeah.
I think like this week is when it's all started to really like sink in that we're actually going, because it's a week today that we're flying over in New York and then we're flying over to South by Southwest. So I think now this is like it's starting to get a bit real, but we're just so excited. Like we've never played outside of the UK. So this is our first international gig. And we're just so excited to
Mhm.
see what it's going to be like. Like we've never been to Austin or Texas, so we're super excited.
Have you been to the US before?
I've been to Florida
Okay.
a couple of times before, and Jude and Emily have been to New York before, so they kind of know what to expect with that. But me and Alex, we don't know anything about New York, and we all don't know anything about. Well, we've like look, we know as much as like we can look up online, but everyone we know that's already been keeps saying, "Oh, it's crazy! It's you are going to love it. It's just absolutely crazy. Like it's mad." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
scared, but I'm
Yeah.
so excited."
Yeah. Oh, it is crazy. There's just a lot going on, yeah, you'll have fun. I think you'll enjoy Austin. Do you
Yeah.
know how many shows you're playing during South by?
Uh, so I think we're doing 5 shows at
Oh
South
wow.
by.
Yeah.
Yeah, so quite a few. So a lot of good fun to look forward to.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if you could give us a little teaser for your shows. What can audiences expect from a live Spire show?
Let's think.
Yeah.
Hopefully no mistakes.
Yeah.
Hopefully no strings breaking or anything, because that happened to us on our last tour. We played one show that just everything seemed to go wrong. Emily's string broke. I think our Roland, like our drum pad, stopped working or something. It was just the most cursed show. So hopefully not that. But yeah, just like high energy, good harmonies between me and Emily, if I say so myself. Alex is such a tight drum player. He's like thrashing the drums. So and Jude, he just struts about the stage. So just I don't know, just a bit of Glasgow coming to Austin, I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. You're like you said, you're young and just starting, and but have had some success. I guess. Finally, just kind of what are your goals as a musician? What do you kind of envision for Spires and hope to see in the coming years?
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to do more international shows and stuff. We've been down south. We've never even like played in Ireland or anything. So just to be able to like branch out to different places. So that's like America, like us coming over to the States is just such an amazing opportunity. Like we would never think of being able to do something like this, especially at our age, like 20 odd.
Mhm.
So I think just for the future, more of this, and then just growing bigger and bigger and playing bigger stages and to bigger audiences. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, very exciting time, and best of luck at South by, and I hope to catch one of your gigs and
Yeah,
meet
of
you in person.
course.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
No worries. Cheers.
All right. Bye.
Bye.